Angel Batista brought the La Passion, but unfortunately he did not have enough for everybody, and he ends up dying thanks to the many hands, should I say, of Leon Prater. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review Dexter, the penultimate episode of Season 1. You know what, I said it was the many hands of Prater, but to be fair, he's actually got pretty big hands for a small guy, and those hands wrapped around a gun and decided to take the life of one of the most iconic characters from the Dexter franchise. So I'm not happy with Leon Prater, or as some people like to call him, Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, didn't see. I thought if Batista was going to die, it was at the hands of Charlie. Once he took the gun for Charlie, I thought this will be alright.
Yeah, see that table that Montez and Quinn were sitting at in Season 7, Sons of Anarchy? That wee tiny table? Dexter's going to have to pull that out. He's going to have to borrow that off the Sons, because that's where Leon Prater will be parking his ass, I think, in the finale. You know, he had a little bit of protection because he claimed not to be a killer, and he was just fascinated with killers, but there's no doubt about it now. Prater has stepped into Dexter Morgan territory. He's not dealing with Red, he's not dealing with Ronald Smits, he's dealing with the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Well, I think even if he didn't kill Batista, he still would have killed him, to be honest.
I mean, possibly, but I think that was the only thing saving him. The only thing is, Bay Harbor Butcher, where's the harbour in New York? Where are you going to dispose of these bodies?
That is true. Well, I mean, I guess you got the Hudson River, but it's not quite the same, is it?
No.
The Hudson River Butcher?
No, it doesn't really. It's not got the same ring to it. But yeah, we start the episode with Dexter and his son Harrison. They're having a meal, and they get interrupted by none other than Prater. He walks in, and Dexter wasn't expecting this, just trying to enjoy some lunch with his son. Prater walks in, and you can just see anytime that someone threatens Dexter's family, takes it to a whole new level. Even when you look at the original show, and you had that like nonce guy, the Cheerio man. Up until then, Dexter was like almost willing to give them a pass. But when he seen the Cheerio man talking to Astor, he was like, nah.
You mess with the Cheerios, it's Cheerio for you, buddy.
You may as well be a killer in Dexter's eyes. So, yeah, at this point, I think Prater was in trouble. Charlie was in trouble. He didn't like being followed. He didn't like the fact that Harrison being harassed.
Yeah. Got the dinner paid for, got a wee bottle of wine paid for, but... I think Dexter's probably going to kill Prater even without this meeting, wasn't he? I mean, that was the end game. He was looking for some loophole in this guy. He's killed people before that haven't met the code. I think Leon Prater was destined to be on a wee coffee table at the end of this series. But the more of this season goes, do we think Dexter's going to kill Leon Prater? Next episode?
I think so, yeah. Now, after what happened, in fact, he killed Batista, absolutely. If he didn't kill Batista, I think there's a chance he could maybe survive, or here could maybe he'll end up in prison. Either way, we don't really know. But then
he knows too much, though.
Yeah, then they take it one step further, and Charlie visits Harrison at his workplace and basically gives him, I wouldn't say it was an interview, it was more of an interrogation in her hotel suite. And when Dexter finds this out, he's fueled with rage, and he ends up getting into Charlie's house, looks at her mother, and he finds out that her mother, in fact, is very sick. Charlie's taking care of her. He sneaks into the back of Charlie's car, and he uses the Ronald Smits razor wire tactic to give Charlie a warning. Not quite sure why he didn't just, at this point, kill her. I mean, I guess you could argue he's still trying to keep his identity from Prater. But, yeah, no, to me, Charlie's crossed the line. She's already killed people, and she, was threatening Harrison. So I'm shocked that she survived. Is it because she's a female? I mean, I don't know. We've seen Dexter kill women before.
Yeah, you know what?
Has she been saved for the finale? I mean, possibly. If Dexter wants to kill Prater, it would look a bit suspicious if Charlie disappeared after Charlie's had suspicions of Dexter. So.
It's not even like Dexter said, here, I want you to disappear. If you go back to him, I'm going to kill your mother. I know he wouldn't, but threaten that as leverage. To me, it's just a bit weird that he actually spared her here. It's like she more than fits the code. She's killed people.
Yeah, but I think the fact that she has went back to Prater, that's her done. I don't think she's going to get another chance.
No, I agree with that.
If another opportunity arises, I think Dexter will take it.
Yeah, she's complicit in killing Batista.
Absolutely. But speaking of Batista, he gets called out by Detective Wallace. She says that you're no longer
After his wee trip to the subway.
You're no longer So Batista follows Dexter into the subway, but Dexter manages to sneak out of the subway.
Dexter didn't even know he was following him. That's how good he is.
Yeah, I mean,
he said there's probably someone following us, but
so just to be careful, I'm gonna get out I'm gonna go out the subway. Batista was trapped in there. He swore, and then some woman told him, "Don't fucking swear. There's kids in here, asshole." Yeah, that's very good, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't really get that scene because
maybe that's a New York thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a New York thing, but it's just a bit weird. This woman was so offended that Batista swore when she swore more than he did in her, reply to him. But strange.
Yeah, if she said like, "Here, pardon me, there's children present here," that's more than a adequate answer.
Yeah, but Batista then gets called out by Detective Wallace. She says, "Nah, I spoke to your former colleague Quinn, and you're no longer captain. You retired, and this doesn't go down too well for Batista." He claims, "Yeah, the reason I retired is because I had to take Dexter down," but they ain't really buying it. And
I don't understand.
Oliver takes his badge, which now means Batista. I walk alone. He is kind of walking alone right now.
Yeah, it's not now. Obviously, we know what happens at the end. It's not like his badge is going to get found anywhere, and it's going to like trace evidence back to Prater or whatever. I mean, it kind of just feels like Batista's been wiped off the face of this earth. The NYPD will just assume that Batista has disappeared. Now, maybe in episode 10, but Dexter's going to get out of the kill room, and maybe I don't know, just fired the Batista's dead body down the flight of stairs or something. He's just going to rock up. Or the police standing there, I don't know. But
yeah, I mean, listen, is it possible that Dexter could get Charlie or Prater done for Batista's death? I mean, possibly, but
it too much ties back to him.
I just think Dexter would... I mean, when has he ever really preferred getting someone arrested over killing them? He only really did that with Maya because... I think it was half plot purposes, but half, legit, because he'd already killed a couple of guys.
And it was to get Harrison off.
Yeah, so there was a multitude of reasons.
He did it with Oliver Saxon to a degree, but here, less about that the better.
Yeah, no, I think that, there is a chance that maybe Prater just goes to jail, but I think Dexter wants both Prater and Charlie on his table. Batista then visits Prater's mansion, I guess, after seeing Prater's picture in the police department, but he hasn't got any ID and ends up getting into a fight, and before he knows it, he's been captured by Charlie.
He fucking battered them. He battered the rent-a-cops, and Charlie stepped in, his arse folded but...
Yeah, I mean, they've overbooked this Charlie, but when Dexter appears, he's got the upper hand, so he just...
She's crying like a bitch in front of him.
Yeah, Dexter then arranges a meet with Prater, and he says he doesn't want Charlie involved. He doesn't trust her. He's willing to come alone. The meet's set. I don't really know why Dexter would believe that Prater's going to agree to that. It would seem a bit, I don't know, hopeful that Prater's going to be all by himself and allow Dexter to get a kill. But
totally. We also had Blessing pick up Harrison and his new girlfriend. I think, Blessing's the New York Ripper for me. I think he's going to kill her in the finale.
Gigi?
Aye, I think that's no. What else did that scene do apart from get him to meet her?
True, and I tell you what, that would be a really cool way to set up season 2. Yeah, I think you could reveal that Blessing is the New York Ripper without Dexter finding out. The only problem is, if you go into season 2 with the killer already revealed, it does take away a bit of a mystery.
Well, maybe she'll be killed and we don't know who it is, but I don't know. I'm not saying the Blessing character's horrific, but I think it's a bit of a weak villain to carry season 2.
Yeah,
I almost feel like the mystique of us not knowing who it is is a better villain.
Yeah, even if it turns out to be Blessing, I think it'd be better if we don't know them to season 2.
There's rumours it's Jonah Mitchell. There's rumours it's Tom Hardy playing a new character. I feel like there's just potential in that compared to Blessing, but either or.
Well, anyway, Dexter then gives his son some condoms, and just, it's Dexter's mentality. He doesn't really understand the awkwardness that he's putting people in, but he has a little conversation with Gina about the fact he used to be a blood splatter analyst, and Harrison puts over his father saying that...
he did it in the 1900s.
Yeah, my father put a lot of people away, and in reality, Dexter actually got a lot of people off, so he could put them away in the dirt. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of his evidence, a lot of his medical work was tampered with by himself.
Yeah, we're actually looking at the amount of people that got jail time in Dexter. Who?
I remember Maria once was complaining about the lack of their percentage rate for like solving crimes, and it's like, how many more crimes would they have solved if Dexter wasn't there? Purposely getting things wrong, and just so he could keep people on the street, so he could kill them for himself.
Exactly. And
So
so
I mean,
how many people did he catch? But they didn't catch. So many. I mean, look at Trinity. Like they didn't even get close to catching Trinity.
well, that's the point, because he was manipulating all the work.
Yeah, I know, but there's well, yeah, no, you're right. So the percentages would have been much more, but the reality is, if GG looked into Miami Metro history, I mean, what would it be sitting at? I'm pretty sure was Matthews not having a
I think
go?
he said it's like 25% or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, Matthews was having a go about 25%.
It's pretty low. I mean, if Dexter wasn't, doing what he's doing, I think that percentage would probably be closer to like 50 at
Wait,
least.
what did he gave them the Skinner, but he was dead. I mean, look how easy he disposed of the Skinner.
Skinner, big bad villain, and Dexter just breaks free and
Fires
fucking
him off a
tosses them
scaffold.
overboard. Aye. Anyway, Dexter then goes to Prater's and he uses the farm, the Ronald Smith's farm. Prater then says, you know what, let's have this little conversation somewhere more privately in the cellar. And why is he wanting to have it in the cellar? At this point, it's because that's where he keeps all the kill tools, that's where he keeps all the souvenirs, and that's where he's got all the Bay Harbour Butcher, like weapons and stuff like that. And of course, when we get there, he's not alone. Charlie has a gun pointed at Dexter. She boots him into the next room, where we find Angel Batista with all the La Passion sucked out of him, laying strapped on a table. Very similar, by the way, to the table that Brian was killed on.
No, it's the same table.
Well, there you go.
Sure, that's what he said that a couple of episodes ago. It's the table the ice truck killer killed
I
himself
don't know why
on.
I totally forgot. I remember looking at it going, yeah, that looks like the table Brian was killed on. But there you go, I guess it was the table. No, I mean, I guess, I don't remember. Brian, I don't think was wrapped in plastic.
No, he wasn't. Don't think he was. Aye, because he was just set up to be suicide. So
Yeah, and Batista here is not wrapped up in plastic,
maybe
but
this table doesn't do plastic.
basically Prater is delighted that he has found the Bay Harbour Butcher, and he certainly likes the Bay Harbour Butcher more than he likes Ronald Smith. So
damn right.
this whole this little persona of Dexter being Ronald Smith's the dark passenger, the car rider guy, the car rider killer, that just pales in comparison. I mean, Prater's hit the jackpot here. He's went from like a D-list killer to the fucking ultimate A-lister.
Yeah. No, fucking damn right. I mean, he was completely going ballistic about how good this guy was like 5 episodes ago.
Dexter's worried about, if he finds out my identity, I'm in trouble. He should have fucking told us. Dexter should have just walked straight in there. Here, I'm the Bay Harbour Butcher. He would have got the VIP treatment.
Half of all these guys.
The Gemini killer thought he was the shit. He thought he was number one. See if Dexter just walked in and said to Prater, I'm the Bay Harbour Butcher. Gemini wouldn't even got a seat at the table.
And it's weird though, like, see, throughout this whole sequence, it doesn't feel like Charlie's even like. There was no hint from her that she's even like remorseful or thankful about what Dexter spared her.
No, that's why I think she's going to end up dead in the next episode. Prater then wants Dexter to kill Batista. Batista looks like he's going to die, but Dexter decides he's not going to do that. He cuts Batista. The restraints are holding him down. And at this point, we kind of thought we were going to get a 2-on-2. It's going to be Dexter teaming up with Batista to take on Prater and Charlie, but that's not the case here. Batista just jumps on top of Dexter and starts choking him out because he blames Dexter for being obviously the Bay Harbour Butcher, which he is, but he also blames him for the death of his wife and Dokes, his partner, and I don't know if he blames him for Deborah as well. He
blamed him a couple of episodes ago for Deborah, to be fair.
I think at this point he's just blaming Dexter on everything.
Everyone close to him dies. That's Batista's gist here, but you know what? For that half a second, I thought we were going to get Dexter and Batista flipping this table, and we were going to get a good old tag team match here.
And I just think, it was always going to be difficult because Prater had the gun, but Batista, I think, should have put his differences aside.
I understand.
I think they should have took care of the problem first, then he could focus on Dexter.
No,
I think for him to jump on top of Dexter when he knows that Prater's got a gun pointed at them was, it was a dumb decision, and Batista's made some dumb calls in his.
Yeah, no. Why it's especially dumb, right? The cat's out the bag, right? Because what you've got here is Prater and Charlie have shown their true hand. he's literally willing to let Dexter kill Batista, so it's not like at this point he doesn't know who Prater and Charlie are. You know they were going to let you die, so therefore you have to team up with Dexter. And the fact that Dexter cut you free...
And they gave you a warning in the last episode when he could have just killed him if he truly wanted to.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah, so Batista choking out Dexter. Dexter thinks it's the end for him, but it's not the end for him.
I think he was willing just to let Batista kill him.
Yeah, but unfortunately it wasn't the end for Dexter, it was the end for Batista. Batista then gets shot multiple times from Prater in the back. Prater and Charlie then head for the exit. Dexter grabs like some sort of axe and chucks it at Charlie, knocks the gun out of her hand. But they get to the door seals shut, Dexter can't get to them. He then goes to check on Batista who's bleeding out. He realises that nothing can be done here to save Batista. Batista still fucking angry, thinks that he killed Maria, thinks he killed Dokes.
I didn't kill them.
Dexter, I guess, I mean he doesn't confess, but he says that I didn't kill them, it wasn't me. But Batista says...
Well, he did say he was the Bay Harbour Butcher, but...
Yeah, but Batista blames him for their deaths, and he is responsible either way. If Dexter wasn't the Bay Harbour Butcher, Dokes and Maria would be alive.
Also, I mean, right, see with Dokes, right, I think Dexter, you can say, well, you know what, he was actually going to give himself up. See with Maria, he was literally going to set up her death. It's like, you know, Deborah took that choice away from him.
Yeah, but you got to think, I mean, I guess that's Season 7 Dexter, he's been through a lot more shit than Season 2, hasn't he?
Yeah. No, but either or.
I doubt Season 2 Dexter would have killed Maria.
No, I totally agree, but I do think there's a bit more innocence
whereas
in
I
the
think,
Dokes death than the Maria
whereas
death.
I do think that Season 7 Dexter may have just killed Dokes.
No, he may have, but like just to wrap that up, I feel like there's more innocence in the Dokes death for Dexter than there is in the Maria one.
Well, I'll tell you who's innocent, Batista, but he's bleeding out.
Dexter Morgan, fuck you!
Yeah, and that's his last words. That is the iconic last words of Batista. Fuck you, Dexter Morgan. And then we see Batista just die, and Dexter lets out a scream. Not the first time we've heard a scream. I don't think it was quite the breakdown he had in Season 5 after killing that guy who was talking about his dead wife Rita, but it was similar, I guess.
Say it you want, Dexter cared about Batista. He did.
I mean, yeah, they were bowling buddies for a long time.
They were. I tell you what, man. Name me a TV show with this gap in between, like, pilot episode for Batista and his death. TV shows don't tend to go fucking 19 years. This has to be like one of the best. Like, I'm not counting your British soaps and shit like that where characters exist for 40 years and die of old age. I'm talking
shite.
I'm talking the real McCoy.
Yeah, we're talking about like real television series like that actually stand up to time and are in a certain category.
Like Happy for Sons of Anarchy, that was about 15 years, but this is 19 years, so quite the difference.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of feel like the end goal will be Dexter probably dying, so he'll probably break this record for Batista, but I mean, who knows? Batista's gone. Sad to see. I'm looking forward to the finale, obviously, and then I'm disappointed that we've got not a long wait, but we've got
a faith in this show to bring it back relatively quick.
Yeah, but I mean, in the reality is, it's still probably going to be like a year into it. I mean,
no,
and
maybe with the
original Sin getting cancelled. I mean, listen, I don't think Dexter Resurrection Season 2 is going to take years to release. I think
2026.
I think we'll see it in 2026, around the same time that the Season 1 got released. So that's good. But yeah, listen, there's definitely a lot of things to think about going into the finale. Also, I think Al might know the truth about Dexter. Or maybe not.
The way he fired that phone at the window.
No, maybe not necessarily know the truth, but I think he maybe he knew there was something about Red.
Aye.
And he was suspicious because it just seemed like he was not giving Red a chance. I mean, I don't know. I think Al's looking at the deaths around him and thinking. I think he could be thinking what maybe Charlie was thinking. As soon as this guy turns up, everyone else starts dying.
And Dexter lays it on thick. He's like, "Oh, we could meet halfway and have a coffee."
And Al wasn't even. Al wasn't even like, nah, the wife. We need to get her pregnant. And Al wasn't even contemplating it. So I don't know. I just think Al wasn't really convinced by Dexter's bullshit or Red's bullshit.
But anyway, Batista's dead. I mean, a massive death, man. Probably it will be the biggest death of Resurrection unless they kill Dexter for me.
Well, that ain't happening, is it?
No, they're not going to kill him.
I tell you what, though, they could, but I would just lose all interest in the show if they went down some sort of route.
Well, I mean, like at the end. Like, not here, we'll kill him next episode, and then we've got 2 seasons of Harrison.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work for me.
No, Michael C. Hall, baby. I mean, I think maybe in the distant future,
If you want
you
Harrison,
could get Dexter being Harry,
aye, for Harrison,
which I think might work.
but even then, I think that would require a new show.
Yeah,
I wouldn't really.
but
I think if you want, to me, if you want Harrison to be the main character, then you probably need a show that's called, I don't know, fucking Harrison or something, and not Dexter.
New Blood 2.0.
Yeah.
Right, Batista's dead. I don't think we'll really know the true fallout of this episode until this series is wrapped up for me, because I'm still of the belief if Dexter was going to get caught, it should have been the guy on this table right here to do it. And it depends for me how it actually wraps up, how good this death is going to look in hindsight. But as of right now, I thought it was still pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, will we see the 2 detectives, Wallace and Oliver? Will they maybe look into this now? Could they catch Dexter? Possibly, but
I'd love to see Quinn in some capacity. But
I just want a personal connection. I mean, honestly, I think it'd be a waste if Dexter got caught by that Wallace, Detective Wallace.
Yeah, what should happen for me is that Quinn gets word of this, joins the NYPD, and then he's like, well,
Could Quinn get a transfer?
Yeah, transfer, and he investigates this. But
I mean, if Quinn finds out that Batista's dead and Wallace has a conversation, if she contacts Quinn again and confirms to Quinn, aye, your crazy captain thought that Dexter was the Bay Harbor boot, then surely that's got to open a can of worms. Because I mean, back in the day, Quinn suspected Dexter of being involved with the Trinity killer and being Kyle Butler. So, and he also thought there was a possibility that Dexter killed Rita. So, yeah, I think that if Batista
and also Maria accused Dexter of being the Bay Harbor butcher.
Yeah, so
which was public.
If Batista's death gets revealed to Quinn and Quinn gets into any sort of conversation with Detective Wallace, I think it would make sense for Quinn to show up in the scene and begin a pursuit.
Not Sergeant Miller then, no.
Nah, definitely Sergeant Miller. She can stay. She can be promoted. She can lead.
She's captain.
Yeah. Oh god. Anyway, guys,
Where's Matthews?
I think she'd be worse than Pascal. I don't know. I mean, Matthews could be dead for all we know. We haven't watched New Blood. Hope not, but it could be. Anyway, guys, I'm going to give this episode 9. I'm going to give it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I'll get an 8 as well. R.I.P. Batista. It's a shame, man.
It is. I'm disappointed. I thought Batista was pretty nailed on it. Well, not nailed on, but I was hopeful he'd get into season 2. It's not going to happen. Yeah, but I guess we could get some Batista flashbacks potentially. Who knows? Anyway, guys, that is it. We're out. We'll be back soon with the finale promo trailer. So I'm looking forward to that. Catch you in the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, peace.